Hey y'all, I'm Shana. I'm back with another review. This is for, listen, I probably never even really should have met you in real life, if we're going to be honest, okay? And Sandia, sis, we're going to have a little conversation. We're going to have a talk, okay? Real quick, sister. We're going to get into it, okay? This is really the Never Ever Met Season 1, Episode 4, Disconnection. My name is Shana. Listen, I was out enjoying Mother's Day weekend, having a good old time. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you enjoyed your special day, as did I. Let's get into it. So I'm going to go person by person. I'm not going in no particular order. Normally I go in order of the show, but I'm just going to talk about what really stuck out to me. I did still get a lot of notes. So let's start off with Sandia. Diamond and Millie decide to get all in Sandia's business because they nosy and they can't help themselves, okay? So they asked to pull Sandia to the side. Mind you, she's standing in front of Chris, and they like, "Oh, can we talk to you alone?" Like, why would y'all say that in front of him? Because now he's gonna be like, "Well, what y'all talking about that you can't say in front of me?" So I don't think they should have waited until the time was right. But I guess they said we can't wait no more. There's no time like the present. She always shoulder to shoulder with him. We just gonna have to pull her to the side. So they talked about the Jody situation, and Sandia does tell them she feels uncomfortable with Jody and Chris' flirtatious nature. I heard mention of touchy-feely. I don't know. I don't recall seeing them touching, but I guess somebody did, child. I don't know. So Sandia said, she'll talk to him, and Diamond volunteered to go with her. Millie was like, they was like, we know how Jody is. She like to pop off. And Millie was like, and then I'm going to have to pop off. And Diamond was like, I'm going to have to drop my religion and pop off. All this popping off did not happen with Millie, but we're going to get there later, okay? And my thing is, Diamond, it's one thing to pull her to the side. Diamond says she's not a girl's girl. I think she really low-key is. I think, she had good intentions on trying to look out. However, why do you need to be there when Sandia has the conversation? Like, this really just ain't none of your business. Like, what you got going on? Like, nobody's worried about their own thing. All of y'all. Every last one of y'all got something that y'all need to be working on, okay? If we're going to be clear. Back in the house, Chris, of course, asked about the ladies' conversation. And Sandia was like, yeah, it's about that thing we already discussed. So she already had a conversation with him about Jody's, okay? So he knows this is an issue. So he's automatically annoyed. And Chris was like, this is stupid. Sandia was like, you always bring me down. Those are not things I should be hearing someone say in a newfound relationship. Y'all aren't even officially a couple. Y'all just met the other day. Y'all only been talking online for 3 months. You always put me down. Girl, why are you here? Okay. So he calls her insecure. And well, if she is insecure, you surely aren't reassuring her in any way, shape, or form. Then he calls Jody in there. And I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. What is this? Okay. Clearly, Sandia is uncomfortable. And when I say Jody was sitting so close, she had her arms dang near wrapped around Sandia's shoulders, like that close, playing in her braids. Like, girl, what's going on here? Gaslighting at its finest. You hear me? So after they get done gaslighting her, they flip it to make it seem like the other ladies are jealous and they just don't like Jody. Aaron J just defending it because Jody is his good Judy, okay? Allegedly. So he don't care. He like, I be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. I'm just here to be on TV. And that's my opinion. Y'all let me know y'all's. Now, I will, because it gets worse later. But it's just heavy on my heart. Listen, I've been with a Chris for years, literally. I'm talking about podcast listening, putting you down, like making you feel inadequate. Your feelings aren't valid, the whole nine. Sandia, it only gets worse. It only gets women hating. He don't trust women. It does not. I know every now and then I have seen some men that are like this turn around, but there's always an exception to the rule. But honey, that is not the norm. Okay. He doesn't think anything's wrong, so he don't have no desire to change. He don't see an error in his ways. It's more than likely not going to get better. There's no ties here. There's no deep found connection. You aren't married. You don't have children. You don't have years in. Y'all aren't literally nothing. Like, why are you fighting to stay in this? To have someone mistreat you? And he picked someone because he just want a doormat. He can walk all over. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just how he views her. And girl, the more you forgive, the more that he'll take you for granted. The more he'll do and do and do until she may just break. I don't know. I don't like it. I really wish, if nothing else, even if Sandia wanted to say she would, really get a strong backbone and stand up to him, telling him like, okay, well, you make me feel like my feelings don't matter and you put me down. That don't affect him at all. He cannot be moved with that. He don't care. He really doesn't care. He really don't. And if this is how y'all are starting the relationship, how do you think it's going to be later on? And Jody is just a straight up pick me, okay? She is a pick me. He sees her as a pushover. Anyway, later Chris gathers the guys and he wants to get their point of view. Aaron H gives him the real and tells him it seems like he wants Jody. And he's like, not to see her as a friend. And Aaron H like, listen, I done said that before. We all men in here, right? I done told a woman that before, knowing that I high key wanted her. And if given the opportunity, I would hit that. Now he said something along them lines. It wasn't like word for word, but it was something like that. Okay. So Greg tells Chris that he needs to fall back a little since it's bothering Sandia. Like, if it's upsetting her, like, just let Jody go. Like, stop talking to her. And Aaron J, because even Josh, his confessional was like, this is unnecessary drama. Like, why you want to keep talking to her so bad? Chris is fighting, like tussling, punching the air, trying to keep this friendship with Jody. Like, what's this about? At this point, I think he's just doing it just to make Sandia upset. Aaron J, who gets no affection or attention to anything from Jody, is defending it. And then we see an unseen clip of Jody being a pick-me again, justifying Chris' trust issues and pretending like she wants to date like a man and talking about women should smash on the first night and do what they do. And girl, sit down somewhere. Sit down. So Aaron J and Jody meet with Taronda. Jody, did you forget to pack a flat iron? It's like it's constantly like she's just waking up out of a deep slumber, like she's giving bed head. Okay, Jody, why are you just rolling around? After a day of like lounging around and just jumping up. They filming. Okay, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. So she immediately starts talking about Chris, of course, because who cares about Aaron J? And Taronda wonders if she has a connection with Aaron. And she said, y'all giving friend vibes. And me and my best friend are just strictly platonic friends. We don't sleep in the same room. Ain't nothing like that. Ain't never going to be that. And that's what y'all giving me. And I'm glad Taronda kept it real. They pretend that they have some kind of connection, allegedly, whatever. We'll come back to Chris and Jody. So Brandan and Sienna, they meet with Taronda, and it seems like she meeting with the couples that may have issues. I don't know. So Brandan said that there's chemistry, but certain things turn him off. And I'm like, chemistry? In what world? In an alternate universe? What are you talking about? Chemistry where and with whom? Not with you two. So he said, she don't listen. And Sierra immediately was like, and you full of ish. And Taronda was like, whoa, I'm seeing the issues right here, right now. Girl, calm down, relax a little, okay? And Taronda was like, look, your delivery is trash. I get it, you an independent woman, INDEPENDENT, okay? Taking out your own trash and breaking your back and doing lawn care and all that stuff, fixing stuff around the house. Girl, that don't excuse why you acting like that. Stop acting this way. Literally, the man could say anything. It don't matter what it is. He can tell you the time and you popping off. calm down. I don't care. Her being from the Bronx does not justify her sharp tongue. Okay, it's a little too much. Sienna feels like this situation is worth saving, and Brandon was like, romantically? Absolutely not. Not a chance. No way. Not wasting my time. No way, no how. I'm so glad he kept it real. And then he told the fellas what was going on. And I just knew they was about to pack their bags and go, but they was still there all the way at the end of the episode eating. And I'm like, why are y'all in the house? He just said that we're not going to be a couple, so what's the point? Okay, maybe they'll go next episode. I don't know why they're there, but whatever. So back with Chris and Sandia, they meet with Rhonda. Holy child, this is brutal. The Chris and Jody situation come up, of course, and Sandia expresses that he makes her feel inadequate. You know, she was like choked up the whole time. And Chris says, you know, he says that she's annoying. He has the audacity to say that her feelings are invalid, honey. Sandia, run. Get up out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Do I need to call you an Uber? Please, leave. Like, why are you here? Why? Okay, girl, anyway. Get on that helicopter y'all flew on and get up out of there. Rhonda explains that he should reassure her. He said that he'll ignore her if he got to repeat himself more than once. Like, he already said he don't talk to Jody. He ain't going to say it no more. He's definitely, absolutely, positively never going to reassure her. That's not going to happen. Because, you know, he just wants to control her and he wants some kind of Stockholm situation, I guess. I don't know. So after he said he'll call, you know, he'll ignore her. He calls her insecure. Sandia was crying like, girl, let him go. You don't even know him. And it seemed like he seems like somebody you really don't need to get to know, if we're being honest. He mentions his past experiences without going into great detail, so we don't know what those were. But all I can think is you need to get some therapy. You need to seek help. You get on somebody's couch, they got a virtual or whatever you got to do. So he said that they're compatible because she's kind and they're both Haitian. Just because she's nice and y'all both have the same, you know, cultural background doesn't mean anything. In other words, he felt like he can walk all over her. That's on that. I had a feeling that he was Haitian. They both from Florida. I don't know why they didn't meet prior to this, but she really want to stick it out. Like, why? I just can't. It's upsetting me and my homegirls. So Tarana offered couples counseling, and of course he doesn't think it's necessary. And he seemed like the type. And she like, you know, she want to go, but she was willing to not go because he didn't want to go. Like, girl, stand up, please. So later at dinner, Jody checks on her man, Chris, of course. And Diamond with a Y is ear hustling. She hears Chris refer to Sandia as weak-minded. And she couldn't hold back. Like, she was like, no, wait a minute. Diamond says Sandia confides in us. Now listen, I don't know. You going to ask somebody their personal business and them responding, is that confiding? Because she didn't, like, from what I saw, unless, you know, they edited it out or they didn't catch it on camera, it didn't seem like she came up to you to confide about anything. It seemed like it came up to her and got all of her business. I'm just saying. So Jody says she's sick of people talking behind her back, and the people are talking behind her back. Be clear, that's exactly what's going on. Diamond is also upset that everybody's talking behind Jody's back and no one has Diamond's back in this moment when she's saying it to her face. Now, Diamond, if you're going to call somebody out, you got to be prepared to have to do it alone. Because behind the scenes, everybody, yeah, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to say something. And then when the time comes, you are a one-man army, okay? Got to be prepared to do it with or without backup. Now, Aaron J was like, well, now why does this need to be discussed while we cooking dinner? Well, whatever y'all was cooking, really, it could wait. It just could have waited. I don't know what that was, but okay. And I mean, there's no time or place that's right to dig into somebody's behind. You just got to do it when you got to do it, okay? Now, I will say I love Diamond's hair down. She looks so pretty. That didn't have anything to do with anything. I just wanted to point it out. So after the fact, Aaron H and Diamond chat, and Diamond feels like, you know, again, no one had her back. And Aaron H, you going on talking about something, you know me, because I ain't afraid to speak up. Now, I like it, Aaron H, but where was all that energy when the time was right? Where was all that energy when it made sense? Now, after the fact, don't nobody care. The conversation's over with. You can keep that. So, and he was quiet as a church mouse. Even Aaron J said something. Okay, even if he did say stop all that while we cooking, he said something. Aaron H, you gave nothing in this moment, okay? And Jody was just so upset with what was going on. She just threw anything together for dinner. Child, I don't know what kind of casserole concoction. Is it a Chi-Town thing? I don't know what was going on, but okay. So Diamond, Aaron H, Josh, and Shay eat in the boom boom room because those four simultaneously like to share the boom boom room. Like either it's, one couple's turn or the other couple's turn, and nobody else stands a chance. Okay. But besides Diamond, the other three are talking trash. But Diamond feels like they being fake. They being fake. Where were you when I needed you? Okay. You weren't there saying all this to her face. And Millie, what happened to you? Talking about she was going to pop off. But okay, girl, I guess. Last but not least, we really got Millie and Greg. Millie informs Greg that, she feels awkward about the kiss in the hot tub and it felt forced. He respected it. And I think these two have potential for sure. They meet with Taronda. Millie is clearly nervous. She said, y'all probably can't tell because I was laughing. Girl, it was giving nervous laugh. It was written all over your face. It was so evident that she was nervous. Couldn't be any more clear. Okay. But she's afraid to open up to Greg about her past. And all I could think in this moment was, what were y'all chit-chatting about the last 3 years? Y'all were talking for 3 years, living in the same city, same state. What were y'all talking about? And why couldn't y'all meet? So Millie's sister comes and her sister is pouring into her and saying she deserves to be loved. And then Millie just blurts out that she's been SA'd, okay? She's been raped, but with an R, the R word, okay? And her sister comforts her. And, unlike last week, she actually says she wants to speak to Greg. That would explain a lot of things. She kind of shuts down, like when they were doing the exercise, when they were in those, sexual positions. When Greg pulled her legs, she was like, wait a minute, you need to ask me. You need to make sure I'm comfortable. Like, okay, it's coming together with the kiss. It's like, oh, don't just do that. Make sure I'm okay. Make sure I'm comfortable. Don't just spring that on me. Well, this explains why she was acting that way. And it's very unfortunate. And it's such a common thing. And I don't want to say it's no big deal. I hate it. But it's and you feel so alone. It can be a common thing. It happens often. But when it happens to you, you feel like you're by yourself. And I'm sorry that happened to Millie. I really hope that she's able to fully heal from this. And that's a day-to-day process that you constantly have to work on. Her sister was giving Greg tips on how to keep Millie, and it seems like sis approves. And then Greg's mom arrived, and he said he hasn't introduced anyone to his mother, only one woman, and that was 6 years ago. I don't know. Meeting mamas used to be special, and Greg says that meeting his mama is, but these mamas nowadays, I think even Meek Mill said it in a song, what he said, I done took so many trophies that my mama already know. These mamas will be befriending all of them, every last one of them, but not me. I will not be that mama. Don't you be bringing all these. I don't want to be meeting everybody. Don't be bringing all these people to me. Now I'm out you. Okay, I will expose you. Okay, don't do it. So, mom seems pleased with what she's hearing about Millie. She seems to like her. And Nita the Diva, shout out to Nita the Diva. Check out her channel. She's reviewing the show. She said that she heard they still together. So I'm glad they are, since they live near each other. It makes sense. And he really seems to like her. I need him to start giving her compliments because she needs a little reassurance as well, as do we all. I need reassurance in my relationships, okay? And especially from what she's gone through, him telling her to her face that she's beautiful will only help, not hurt. Do y'all think that Millie was hesitant to meet Greg for all that time because of her past? Like maybe that was the reason why they haven't met, even though they were close to each other? Let me know down in the comments what y'all thought about this episode, and I'll be sure to respond. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.